I'm 54 and I'm going to tell you what nobody told me when I was 30 years old, but I wish they would have. You're not behind. You're just exhausted from holding everything up by yourself. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to apologize for wanting more. And you're not too late. You're just getting started. Stop waiting for permission to change your life. You don't need it. Some people won't make it into your next season, and that's okay. You can change your life radically in 5 years, but it starts with telling yourself the truth now. You can grieve the life you thought you would have and still build something better. God's not done with you. He's about to reroute everything. Take the trip. Leave the man. Wear the damn dress. You're still beautiful. You always were, even when you didn't believe it. Let the friendships fade. Let your body change. Let your priorities shift. That's not failure. That's becoming. And one more thing, that little voice inside of you that says, there has to be more. She's right. Just wait, sis. Your future self is gonna blow your mind. Hope that helps.
If you've recently been thinking about making a difficult life decision, I need you to hear this. A little bit of backstory, I've been thinking about quitting my job for the past 3 to 4 months now, and I just submitted my resignation letter today. And I've been reading like 2 to 3 pages of this book a day, and I just got to this part today, just right now. And I wish that I would have read this 3 months ago when I was thinking about quitting my job. It says, people delay action once they know truth, and the interim between knowing and doing is the space where suffering thrives.
Most of the time, it's not about not knowing what to do or not knowing who you are. It's about the resistance between what's right and what's easy. We hear our instincts, we just don't listen. This is the single most common root of discomfort, the space between knowing and doing. By not acting immediately, we think we're creating space for the truth to shift, but we're really only creating discomfort so that we can sense it more completely, though we're suffering needlessly in the process.
A part of me wishes that I would have read this 3 months ago when I was first feeling like quitting, because I knew the truth, I knew what I wanted to do, but just like this book says, by not acting immediately, we think we're creating space for the truth to shift. By waiting, I was hoping that I would change my mind. I was hoping that it was all going to be okay. Instead of acting immediately and just quitting when I knew that I wanted to do it, I wasted 3 months. And honestly, I probably wasn't doing my best job during those 3 months, so I was just wasting the company's time. I was wasting my own time. So yeah, I wish that I would have heard this 3 months ago.
I'm starting over, not just on TikTok. As you will see, I deleted all of my videos, but actually in real life, I made the decision earlier this year to walk away from a marriage of 6 years, and I don't really know how else to say that except for the way that I just said it, because if I'm being completely honest, I don't really know the type of relationship that I have with people on this platform. And so I am seeking intentionality in creating a space surrounding identity and freedom and self-discovery. And if you don't have a sister, and if you're going through something similar or challenging, I want to create a space for you, because that's what I do. That's what I've always done. And I want to take you on this journey.
I'm building my dream life from scratch, and I want to document the entire thing, even if no one's watching. Right now, I live in a small town. I'm not rich, I don't have a big following, and I've always had this dream of moving to San Diego and doing social media full-time and actually living a life that aligns with my dreams. So I'm starting here, exactly where I am, in my messy basement studio apartment, with my phone, a body I'm still learning to love and take care of, and some really, really big dreams. Because why not actually go for it this time?
Hi guys, I'm Gege, and I'm just here to say nothing is scarier than seeing people who you know deserve better settle for less than they deserve. Like, it's the craziest thing. And it's actually sad to encounter, because you know that that person is meant for more, meant to explore the world, meant to see different environments, different things, experience new people and new, encounters in life, but they're settling because they're afraid to fail or to be seen as a failure. You're robbing yourself of exploring different environments that may kind of put you in the best place you've ever been in your life. But because you're, 29 or 36 or even 20, you're just like, I'd rather settle for this. And it's sad, because then you're robbing yourself of so much more. Whether it's that job, that relationship, that friendship, or that environment nje, that you're so used to, you are actually robbing yourself of living a full life. And no one can really ever force you out of it. You know, I think that oftentimes we are so afraid to start over because of what everyone else will say. But guess what? Those people don't do anything for you. And it's always been said that people will talk whether you do good or bad. So you might as well do something that's going to serve you in the long run. If right now the job I had was not making me happy and I'm 28, I'm leaving. I am gone. I'm not even going to flinch. But that's also just to say, don't make impulsive decisions. You know, don't just now say, I had one bad day at work and now I'm quitting. No. Endure what you have to, but not to a point where it's self-sacrificial. But the point of this video is just to say, I need you guys to just wake up. Get up. Do better. You deserve better. It's sad to watch when you know someone that has potential is just succumbing to whatever they are dealt with. But that's just me. Okay, bye.
There are a lot of people and a lot of content on the internet right now telling you 10,000 things that you can do to change your life for 2025, but I've got 3 things. You do these 3 things and I promise you will change your life. You don't need to go 0 to 100. You don't need to do 100 things. Guess what? Newsflash, you can't do 100 things out of nowhere all of a sudden and expect that to be sustainable and realistic. 3 things that will change your life. Let's go. From someone who did these 3 things and used it to literally build their dream life brick by brick. When I say I'm living my dream life, my physical body, my mental health, the home that I'm living in, the job that I have, everything is so beautiful and grand and lovely because I did these 3 things. Listen up. And sorry in advance for the tough love, you guys. I'm just kind of passionate about this. But number 1, you're going to start waking up earlier. I don't want any comments saying, oh, you lost me there. No, if you want to create your dream life, you need to have time to do it. You need to create that time. And I'm not saying you gotta go from waking up at 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. right off the bat. I'm not saying that at all. When I started my journey, I was literally down at rock bottom, living my worst life. That version of me, I actually don't even recognize her, but I was waking up at 9 a.m. for my 9 a.m. job, okay? I said, I'm gonna wake up just a little bit earlier, just 20 minutes earlier. And then after I got that down and realized, wait, this isn't that hard, I started waking up a little bit earlier. Every couple of weeks, I go a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. for like 4 years now, okay? Because I realized waking up early isn't hard. You just have to do it right, little by little by little. And if you want to wake up early, you got to stop snoozing your alarms. Okay, that goes back into number 1. And what else do you have to do? You got to stop scrolling all night on social media. Cut that shit out. At 2 a.m., I want you to put down your phone and say, you know what, I'm done. And slowly, every single night, just try to go to bed 15 minutes earlier. I'm not saying you go to bed at 2 a.m. right now and now you got to go to bed at 10 p.m. No, just work down a little bit because you need to wake up early. What is going to make that easy for you? Write a list right now. What can I do that will help me wake up earlier? And listen, you don't have to listen to me also. This is only if you want to change your life because I'm telling you this is how you're going to do it. The second thing that you are going to do is you are going to find some type of physical activity, whether it's walking, running, Pilates, at home Pilates, strength training, something that you can do for at least 20 minutes every single day. Now, don't be fooled. This is a habit for your physical health, but I swear to you that this is going to become a habit that helps your mental health more than anything. What you're going to do is you're going to build the habit of showing up for yourself and doing something for your physical body every single day for your health, for your future, investing in you. Again, this doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to go to the gym and work out for 3 hours every single day. Find a 20-minute window. Now, you can do more if you want, but just start with 20 minutes. The reason why I'm saying start is because you want to start small and make it something that you can do that's realistic, sustainable, and achievable. Say you've told yourself for years you're going to start working out and you haven't. That's because you might have made it too hard for yourself. What I would suggest and what I did is when I started waking up a little bit earlier to change my life and doing a physical health habit is I would wake up 20 minutes earlier and go on a 20-minute walk before work. I would just walk because I'm like, you know what? I can do that. I can show up for myself. That's pretty easy. I'll be able to do that day after day. I know that's something that I can commit to for a couple of weeks. When you do that and you show up for yourself over and over and over, you will form a habit loop for it, which means it's something that will basically become an automatic behavior that you just do. Okay, every single day I wake up at 5 a.m., I go work out, and then I go walk for an hour. That is an automatic behavior that I do. I don't have to think about it. I love it. Part of who I am. Again, it can be anything that you like. If you hate running, I don't want you outside running. If you hate it, no, don't do that. Try walking. I love walking. That is the easiest way to build a physical health habit. A third thing that you're going to do is find one way to be absolutely out of your fucking mind delusional. You need to figure out who you want to be, what life you want to have, and tell yourself over and over and over and over, not only are you on your way to get it, that will be your life. You can do this through writing affirmations, you can do this through meditations, you can do this through journaling every night, but you need to find one way to be absolutely out of your mind, obsessed with who you're going to become, and delusional that you're basically there. I personally chose to do affirmations where every single night I was writing to myself, I am kind, I am beautiful, I have a fat ass. I was literally like a plank. Now I'm almost there. But I would write things like this to myself, and all of those things came true because I truly told myself them over and over and over, started believing them, started identifying with them, and then started taking actions that led me to those results because I'm like, I already have it. That's actually already my life. I am telling you, if you focus on these 3 habits, your entire life will change. I want to say, you do not have to go 0 to 100 all at once, right? January 1st, I'm going to do this. No. You want to create sustainable habits that are realistic, that you can show up for yourself, and then you want to build upon those. I did the exact same thing. I started by waking up a little bit earlier, by doing something for my physical health, and for literally believing myself and figuring out habits that would allow me to believe myself. And when I tell you, over time, everything, it was like I was pushing a snowball up a hill, learning, growing, and then the snowball went over the hill and just picked up speed and picked up all of these other beautiful, healthy habits along the way. You have to get a framework, a basic framework of habits that you want to do, who you want to become, and you can build upon it. But to start, to take the first step, this is where you start. This is how you change your life. You will look back on this moment if you do these 3 things and thank me, and I'll say, love you. I wanted this for us. This is beautiful. I knew you could do it, and you can do it. I want you to sit down right now, figure out what time you're gonna wake up, what type of physical activity you're gonna do for yourself, and how you're gonna be out of your fucking mind delusional, and then comment it actually for accountability. I love you. I believe in you. This is how you change your life.
I have something to say. One day you're gonna wake up and realize that all the shit that you've built up to, you don't want anymore. You don't want it. The apartment, the job, hell, even the man or the woman. You wake up one day and you're just like, yeah. That's what your 30s are like. Your 30s are like, you wake up one day and you're like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. And the thing is, what helped you feel so certain is gone. And that's because that prefrontal cortex is developed, okay? Like, I used to think that being certain was because I was young. And it was like, no, it's not because I was young, it's because I was naive. And in order to be certain in your 30s, you have to be delusional. Nobody talks about that. One day you wake up and you're like, yeah, I don't like any of this. I want to start my life completely over. I'm unhappy. I'm not satisfied. I'm not fulfilled. And I want to do something different. And I think that's the hardest step, is acknowledging that you don't like what you have in front of you. How many times have you gone to a restaurant, eaten a meal that you didn't like because you were too afraid to send it back? Your 30s are like, nah, take this shit back. Take it back. I don't give a fuck. Take it back and take it off the bill and give me something else because I don't like this at all. But one day you're going to wake up and realize that you don't like what's in front of you. And you have to do something about it. You can't ignore it. No matter how much you try, you can't ignore it. I started to realize that I needed to change my life when my vices became things that kept me in a vice grip. When I realized I can't smoke the tweeds anymore. I can't drink the alcohol anymore. I can't swipe on the dating apps anymore. Things that are keeping me distracted or the things that are keeping me disconnected, I got to let it go and do something else. Because the things that I'm doing, I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good girly pop time. And I just want to say this for anybody that's going through this. It's fucking normal. Some days you're going to wake up like Miley Cyrus and like say, you know what? I came in like a wrecking ball and you're going to wreck it all. You're going to wreck it all. Because the thing is this, what you were building was what someone else wanted for you. How the fuck could you know what you want at 20 when the first 2 decades of your life were directed by somebody else? How the fuck do you know? And then you hit 30 and you realize you don't know shit. And you got to knock it all down. And that's where I'm at. I don't think we talk about the in-between space. I am somewhere in between. I want it and I got it. I'm right there in that space. And I'm scared shitless. But I think we need to talk about that in-between space. We always talk about the destination. We never talk about the journey. We always talk about the desires, but we never talk about breaking shit down, tearing it all down. I have the urge to delete every video I've ever made on my TikTok page and just start over and just start fresh. Because what I've been building worked for a version of me that no longer exists. That was a version that had her mom. That was a version that thought that after COVID was over, she was going to go back to a job. That was a version of me who isn't a caretaker now. Like, I'm not even going to get into that. But one day you're going to wake up and you're going to realize you have to tear it all down. I say go for it. Tear it the fuck down. Tear it down. Because 9 times out of 10, what you're building isn't what you want anyway. And the only way you're going to know what you want is by literally leveling it, knocking everything down, and building something even greater that feels more like you. And I don't even know how to fucking tell you to do that. But I'm going to document it. And we're going to go through this together. We're going to talk about those in-between moments. Because ultimately, I want to be a really amazing YouTuber. Like Emma Chamberlain status. Like just a girly pop that's trying to figure her life out. But I realized I've been doing it in such an inauthentic way. So inauthentic. Just not honest. That's a lie. But I've been doing it in a way that I just don't feel connected to anymore. And I'm realizing I have to knock it all down. I have to start my life over again. I thought I started my life over after my mom died, and I didn't. I just ran. And now I'm sitting in the aftermath of me running. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke anymore. I'm not dating nobody's son. I'm sitting in the reality of the things that I've built, and I realize I don't like it. And I know you also feel like that too. So if you feel like that, let's figure this shit out together. I think I want to start a series called The In-Betweens. What do you think about it?
5 things you can do today to rebrand your life. Number 1, get a piece of paper and write down your reality. Write down your habits, the time you wake up, the way you look, your income, things you struggle with. Be specific and go into depth no matter how long it takes. Get raw, get real with yourself. Step number 2, on the other side of that paper, write down everything that you want for your rebrand, the car you want, goals that you have for yourself, the habits, the time that person wakes up, the environment, the income that you want, every single thing, and be specific as well. Finish that by going under every single one of the things you have just written and how you are going to achieve that. So if it's a dream body, okay, I need to work out this many times a week. If it's this money, okay, I need to do X, Y, Z. Write down how you will achieve all of those. If it's better posture, whatever it is, write it down. How am I going to achieve that? It's going to take a while, but it's worth it if you're serious about this change. Step number 3, clean up your environment. Throw away everything that you don't need from your old life, old habits, get rid of it all. And if you have the money, you could also go a step further and just do up your whole environment. Step number 4, make yourself a new routine that matches the new life, the new wake up time, the new habits, everything like that. Write it all down. Step number 5, make yourself weekly goals. Every Sunday, write down what goals you have for the new week, what you want to achieve. Make sure it aligns with that person that you want to become. There are just a few things, but if you want a part 2, let me know. You love.
If you're a girl who's in her early 20s and you're just sick and tired of the life that you're living and you feel a little bit lost, please watch this video, okay? So not that long ago, I was a depressed alcoholic girl with no direction in my life. And I became really depressed because I was very ambitious from a young age, but I dropped out of college, so I felt like a freaking failure, especially because all my friends went to college. And I grew up in a household where I was the eldest, and I grew up with just my dad and my siblings. So I felt like I had to, I had to put on a good, be a good role model for my siblings to follow is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I was struggling mentally a lot, but I got so sick and tired of my own shit, and I just always knew deep down that I was meant for a life full of abundance, a big, beautiful life one day. And I decided, you know what? I'm gonna invest in myself because no one is gonna come and save me. So I made the scary decision to invest quite a bit of money on a course, which changed my entire life. Now, if you're hearing the word course right now and you're like, oh, I'm gonna stop listening right now because I'm not investing into courses, I'm telling you right now, you have the worst mindset ever, okay? The only way that I've been able to succeed in business is because I took a course. And in fact, now that I'm a successful business owner, I still buy courses. I just bought a course last week on something else. So anyways, this is for the girls who actually do want to change their lives. I'm talking to you. I hope this reaches the right girl. So if you're interested in actually building something real, sustainable, but you also want to travel, you want to have freedom, I'm going to tell you what I do. And if you want to join and you want to learn for free, stay until the end, okay? So I buy products in bulk from suppliers overseas. They brand the product for me and they customize it with whatever I want. So they're actually improving the product, and I sell those exact same products on Amazon for a premium price to make profit. So I buy for low, sell for high, okay? And then I make profit. And the best part about this is I don't have to touch anything. I don't have to ship anything. I don't have to deal with returns. I don't have have to deal with employees or warehouses or any things that like a traditional business would. So there's a lot of pros, there are some cons. Cons, it's like it takes time, it takes about a couple months to actually launch a product, but it's so worth it because now I'm like literally in London. I get to travel the world nonstop. I just bought my dad's dream car just a few days ago, and I'm living my dream life. So I hope this reaches the right girl. And if you're interested, you want to learn exactly how to do this for yourself completely for free, go ahead and DM me here. DM me this word. I'm going to be hosting a training just for you in just a few days. So I hope I see you there.
So I am on a mission to completely transform my life in the next 6 months because I cannot live like this anymore. That sounded dramatic and intense, but I'm being so serious. I'm 29. I'll be 30 in 6 months. Better yet, I'll have gone through a whole nother year of my life. In the next 6 months, we'll be in 2024, and I will have been living the same way I have for the last 29 years. And it's fucking over with, guys. I'm not doing it. I'm sure you're asking, what's the problem right now? I'm not living in my purpose. I'm not really even sure I'm like living, but I go through my days each day. I survive, I get up, I work out, I go to work. Sometimes I find some enjoyment through that. I try to romanticize it, but I know for a fact this 9-to-5 job that I have is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. God knows what I'm supposed to be doing. And y'all on TikTok told me to be delusional. That starts today, okay? So how will I change my life? I don't know. Not 100% sure, but I know what I won't do. So, and just kind of brainstorming here. I'll start off with saying yes to everything, even the things that scare me, like pitching myself to work at new studios or gyms, or contacting brands, or better yet, replying to the brands that are in my email that I'm too scared to reply to. Number 2, I'm gonna walk, think, eat, breathe, and act like I am that girl. And what is that girl to me? Oh, she is living the healthiest, happiest life she can ever imagine. Her life is so colorful, so vibrant. She pours life into other people. She does things that she enjoys. She has hobbies. She's a full-time content creator and part-time Pilates instructor and part-time yoga teacher. And she works at community centers. And she reads books for fun, yeah. And when she's not reading, she's mentoring other little Black girls who love to read. That's the kind of life. That's what I'm talking about. This is just me. This is just my reset. You do your reset how you want. And I think what kicked me into high gear was rewatching Insecure. I'm on season 2 right now, but rewatching and realizing that when season 1 starts, there are 29 like me. And 5 years later, the transition in their lives, emotionally, physically, related to their jobs, related to their interpersonal relationships, are a complete 180. And 29-year-old Issa wouldn't have ever imagined that she could be where she was at 34, 35 when Insecure ended. So I'm about to flip my life upside down because that's what I deserve. And this right here, this, what I got going on this computer, all of this, even the mindset is no longer working out, and it's time to make a change. I'll keep you posted. Pray for me, y'all. I'm so serious.